Your phone's dead, your TV's on the blink, the Wi-Fi's down. How can you tell if a thunderstorm is on the way?
I live in the countryside, so if my Wi-Fi is down, I'm assuming the thunderstorm has just been.
I live in the country. If the Wi-Fi's down, I'm not surprised.
Do you have bees? Because then if bees all go back in the hive, that means there's a storm coming.
We are in the animal world, and it was a specific thing invented to tap into this innate ability of some animals, and it's a thing called a tempest prognosticator, also known as the leech barometer. Invented in 1850 by Dr. George Merriweather, and it was used to predict oncoming storms. So it's 12 glass bottles, pint bottles. Each one has a leech in it. And what's very sweet is that George Merriweather put them in a circle so that none of the leeches would get lonely. Aww. Which I think is very sweet.
Thoughtful.
Yeah. This is a 1951 replica. It's in Whitby, in the museum there. Merriweather was once the curator there. This is the way it works. So it's 12 glass bottles, right? And each has a thin piece of whalebone in the neck. And what happens is, when there's an impending storm, it changes in atmospheric pressure, and it prompts them to climb up the sides of the bottle and dislodge the whalebone, and causing the hammer to strike a bell. And if the bell rang repeatedly, then a thunderstorm was approaching.
A slightly over-engineered solution.
Do you think?
I mean, if you had that in your house and people go, what's that? Well, that's just in case the Wi-Fi goes down.
Imagine there's a satellite going around the Earth full of leeches.
Just as a backup. That's like something Elon Musk would come up with.
But Merriweather was so pleased with this. He wanted to make big ones the size of Indian temples and then very simple ones, and he wanted to roll it out across the country.
I'm amazed that didn't happen.
I know.
Yeah.
It's such a handy gadget, that, to have one of those, you know?
The government did not have any imagination, stuck with barometers, but I think it's one of the best things I've ever seen.
I wonder how he came up with it. I've got these leeches, these whalebones...
Well, he was a doctor as well. He would have used leeches in his medical practice, and indeed, leeches are still used today to prevent blood clots.
So they're putting stuff into the blood, are they?
Yes, they have something in the saliva called hirudin, which is an anticoagulant. Anyway, he intended to use his hysterical aquatic bloodsuckers to create a whole range of barometers, old George Merriweather, but it didn't happen. And then there's another guy, 1906, Professor Joseph Nowak of Vienna. He promoted a tropical vine, which is called rosary pea, and he said this was a tempest predicting plant, that it's got sort of feathery leaves, and if they pointed up, that meant there was going to be fine, and if they pointed down, there was going to be a thunderstorm. And he claimed that it could predict the weather in a 3,000-mile radius, a week in advance. Earthquakes... I know. Earthquakes a month in advance. Unfortunately, he was never able to prove that it worked.
No!
You don't say.
I know.
I think one of the simplest ways to predict a thunderstorm is to organise a picnic. One year I did a big outdoor origami festival, and sure enough, it rained.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was disappointed because I had all the experts from all around the world coming, and we had swans, poodles, elephants, everything in there. It just looked like roadkill.
Have anybody ever seen a great big flash of lightning? Anybody ever seen...
I was knocked flat by lightning once.
Were you?
Yeah, I was.
What happened?
I was knocked flat by lightning.
Thank you for watching. Do remember to subscribe to the QI channel and click here to watch more videos.